but I got here as fast as I could. I didn't have time to put on no makeup. I just barely could put on my wig. Honey, I don't know if I done took a shower, but I had to get here and talk about this. Woo! This is an emergency line. Come, 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 come. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up closest you can to the screen. Woo! Get you something good to eat and something good to drink. I done ate too much. I done drunk too much, and my upstairs and my downstairs stomach is about to bust wide open. Woo! Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? You ready? You ready? You ready to talk about this? This is a lot to talk about. Are y'all ready? I asked the question, are you ready? Ready or not, here we go. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about this trial. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was going to come this soon. I said I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was going to be this soon. Baby, this is real messy. And I don't think the late notorious Thaddeus Matthews, a.k.a. the former Cussing Pastor, I don't think he would have it any other way. I think they picking up where he left off. And it's real messy. And I like it. Ooh, baby, I knew this was coming. I don't know if this is a publicity stunt. I'm torn. I'm trying to figure it out. Are they playing in our face? Are they trying to do a publicity stunt to help Dominique, the daughter of Thaddeus Matthews, sell that book? And I said I wasn't going to buy the book. I said I wasn't interested. But now, after listening to her video and the Y video, child, and she keep on saying, it's in the book. It's in the book. Buy the book. I'm telling this in the book. I almost want to buy the book. I almost want to buy the book. Yeah, I almost want to buy the book. So, where do we start? I guess we can start with last night. It was a messy Monday. Messy. We got so many messy people in Memphis. It don't make no sense. I think it's safe to say that we could name Memphis as the most messy mecca of the world, of America. I don't know if the world, because I ain't been to the other parts of the world. But Memphis got some messy people. And they've been messy for a long time. We got the alleged mastermind of the Young Dolph murder, Hernandez Govan. I don't know why this nigga got a first and last name like a Spanish person. But he does. And he's involved in a messy social media situation with Charleston White. Once again, I don't know if that's a publicity stunt or if it's real. But it's real messy. And I like it. Okay, have y'all been keeping up with that? And then we got just a plethora of other messy people in Memphis. They just being so messy. And I like it. Okay. But let's talk about this specific messy two people right here. The wife and daughter of late Thaddeus Matthews. Let's start right there. And let it go wherever it's going to go. Okay, I think it's going to get physical. I think they're going to be in a physical fight. And I don't even know who's going to win the physical fight. But it's going to be nasty work. I think they ought to just do a pay-per-view. And let's let them just fight it out. Just fight it out and get it all the way out of their system. and just tear each other's wigs off their head. Yeah, yeah. You know, they say people tell the truth. It's two people in the world that tells the truth. The people that get mad at you and the people that get drunk. And children, they tell the truth too. A lot of them, not all of them. But now that the wife and daughter of the late Thaddeus Matthews, they don't get mad at each other. They telling the truth on each other and about each other. You know, people tell you how they really feel about you when they get mad at you. Yeah. Yeah. And when they get drunk, they tell the truth when they get mad and drunk. So, even though they said a whole lot, I don't think this is the last that we done heard from them. And I think Dominique took a break from talking about Mel, the wife, because yesterday it was her birthday. And the nerve of Mel, the wife, dragging Dominique, the daughter of Thaddeus Matthews, the late Thaddeus Matthews, on her birthday. You know she do a lot of dirty things at the most inconvenient times. I noticed this is a track record of Mel, the wife of the late Thaddeus Matthews. She do a lot of dirty things at a very, very inconvenient time. And she try to hit below the belt and take things away from you that's real significant to you. I noticed that about the wife of the late Thaddeus Matthews. She got a track record of being real, real dirty and doing things at a very inconvenient time. But anyway, I think both of them done met their match because they just alike. And you know what the saying is? When two people are too much alike, they cannot get along. Have y'all heard that? Yeah. When two people are too much alike, they not gonna get along. And I think that's part of what we're seeing now. These two people are too much alike, and they didn't even like each other. For real, all along. But they had a common, should I say enemy? Or a common agenda. I'm going to put it like that. So, I think the daughter was more locked in with the wife. And she didn't really know that the wife, Mel, was a bigger snake than she was. You know, Thaddeus, he did say that his daughter was a snake. And I want to agree with him. She can't be trusted. And his wife, in my opinion, she's a snake too. She can't be trusted either. I don't trust her. Do y'all trust her? And both of them are a snake, in my opinion. But I think the daughter didn't recognize or foresee that the wife was a bigger snake than she was or still is. But she done fucked around and found out. Yeah. So, how did we get here? How did we get here? Child, let me tell you how we got here. Baby, one morning, the daughter was trying to tag her daddy's page, her daddy's Facebook page. You know, she said she been in mourning, she been grieving her daddy's death. And some people like Mel, the wife, think she's pump faking, or however you say it. She just putting on for clout, and she's really on a guilt trip. Mel, I knew there was some shade being thrown towards Dominique, the daughter, when I seen it on Facebook. And when I seen it on Facebook, I said, ooh, I know some shade when I see it being thrown. Is she talking about Dominique? But I thought they were still cool, pretending to be cool with each other. And I had no idea they had stopped talking to each other a long time ago. Wow. So, come to find out, according to Dominique, it was some shade being thrown at her when Mel, the wife, had posted, "It's a difference between grieving and guilt." Oh, yeah. So I thank Dominique, the daughter, for that confirmation, because I thought there was some shade when I saw it some weeks ago on Facebook, on Mel, the wife's Facebook page. So Dominique, the daughter of Thaddeus Matthews, the late Thaddeus Matthews, she said one early morning, almost at the crack of dawn, she tried to tag her daddy's page, and the tag wouldn't tag. And she said she thought she was delusional, hallucinating. She was going crazy. Her mind was playing tricks on her. Her eyes was deceiving her, because she couldn't tag her daddy's page. And she said she kept trying to tag the page, and she just kept on getting rejected. Time after time again, she couldn't tag the page. The tag wasn't tagging. So she said she asked her oldest son, she woke him up with all his foolishness early in the morning, and asked him if he could access his granddaddy's page on Facebook. And he did. And she said it was at that moment, she had to literally grab her chest like Fred Sanford. And she was like, "Daddy, I'm coming to join you, honey." She didn't say that, but it was almost like she was saying that, right? So she said she just immediately broke down emotionally and just cried like a baby. She couldn't believe that her stepmama, Mel, the late Thaddeus Matthews' wife, was having the audacity to do her so dirty like that. She couldn't understand, because she thought they was locked in. She thought they was locked in like twins. But she fucked around and found out that she was locked in, but her stepmama wasn't locked in with her like she thought. I could have told her that. Why she didn't ask me? I could have told her that. Because I know a fake snake when I see him. And, child, she said that she called Mel, her stepmama, the late Thaddeus Matthews' wife, and she was just so mad and emotional. And she was asking her, "How could you do this? How could you lock me out of my daddy's page, my own daddy's page?" See, I could have told her why, before her daddy died, why she and Mel and her other sister, Jocelyn, why they was allegedly over there at her daddy's house stealing his couch and his TV and all that other stuff. She should have been stealing them passwords to his social media page. See, she didn't think that far. She didn't think that her stepmama could be so low down and dirty. Yeah. See, one snake outsmarted the other snake. That's what happened. And see, I knew this was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to be this soon. See, this is why it's so important to really study these people. And once you see that they don't mean no good, don't underestimate them, even if you start fooling around with them for whatever reason. Yeah. So, she said she called Mel and her other sister, and I guess she had them on the same call, three-way calling, or maybe she called one and then hung up and called the other. But it sounded like she had both of them on the phone at the same time, the way she was telling her story. So, if I'm not mistaken, she was asking her stepmama, Mel, "How could you do this? How could you lock me out of my own daddy's Facebook page and blah, blah, blah?" So, the way it sounded like Mel hung up on her, because she didn't have time to hear this mess all, that time of morning. That's the way it sounded like when Mel was telling her side of the story. And I have posted the video of Mel and Dominique's video on my page so y'all can listen for yourself and make your own determination. So it's done get real messy. It's done get real messy, and Dominique, the daughter of the late Thaddeus Matthews, said they haven't been talking to her and Mel, the wife of the late Thaddeus Matthews, for quite some time. I had a feeling they had fell out, but I wasn't sure. But this is nice to have confirmation. And Mel's, the wife of the late Thaddeus Matthews, she said she really... Okay, Dominique is accusing Mel of perhaps being jealous of her book that she's writing about her life as Thaddeus Matthews' daughter. And Mel was like, no, I'm not jealous because I was going to write a book first. In my opinion, both of them are out of order for writing a book. Okay. And in my opinion, it sounds like both of them trying to get some clout off of Thaddeus. And nobody is, I'm going to speak for everybody, whether I'm qualified to speak for everybody or not. But I think everybody would agree with when I say that we're not interested in them. Okay, we're not interested in them. And the person who was the so-called star and the entertainer that had some clout that we was interested is gone. We was interested in Thaddeus. Okay, his wife and daughter, they really don't have an appeal as it relates to social media, presence. They really don't have an appeal, and they're not interesting. And it's too early, in my opinion, to be writing a book. Thaddeus hasn't been gone for 6-7 months. I think it's really too early. And they claim to both be damaged in whatever way. And they may have caused a lot of that damage themselves, I might add. So I think they should focus on healing, repenting, forgiving, and establishing themselves as a person and as a people. Okay, instead of, trying to see who can fill his shoes, which they cannot. They can never fill his shoes or be anything similar to him because they don't have any talent, in my opinion, as it relates to social media. They're not interested. They don't have the presence of a social media talk show, nothing, and I can't stand the way that Mel hold her mouth when she started talking, and then she take too long before she started talking. Damn. And and I can't stand the way them little beady eyes be looking through behind them glasses. I don't like nothing about Mel. I seriously, that's no hate. That's no shade. That's just my opinion, and that's my truth. Okay, she is not interested. She take too fucking long to make her fucking point, and she wants to be a big bad motherfucker. And nothing is scary about her, but how she probably look naked. That's the only thing that might be scary about her. But she wants to pretend like she's such a big bad, girl. Bye. Okay. Ooh, built like a Mexican woman. I'm sick of her. And then she's insinuating that Dominique, the daughter of the late Thaddeus Matthews, might be an alcoholic. Hell, who's a bigger alcoholic than her? Every time she get on live, look like she drinking to me. And then she how long has she been bragging about going to the casino, getting something to drink, getting her some wine? Okay, who is the bigger alcoholic? Look like to me, both of them need an intervention, but they claim to have had an intervention for Dominique. And then Dominique got mad at the person that, tried to put the intervention together. But look like to me, all of them got a drinking problem. Allegedly. So one can't help the other. Hell, if anything, all of them need to go to group counseling for alcoholism, allegedly. Okay, but there's a lot of things that Dominique, the daughter, got upset about. And look like to me, she's so emotional. She's so sensitive. Maybe that's why she can't keep a man. And then Mel tried to throw shade at her because she ain't never asked to be somebody's wife. And, I think the daughter, she hides behind all that fake smiling. And behind that smile, she has a little sinister side to her. And the fact that she was able to stay away from her daddy for a whole year, a year that she can never get back, it says a lot about how she holds grudges and resentment. And, a lot of that is a window to why she cannot keep a stable relationship with these baby daddies and these other guys. And she probably gonna always just get some dick instead of getting a ring as a wife. And that's just my assessment of the situation. But, it's a lot of finger pointing going on. So I think it would be a good idea for them to sit down with a mirror and reflect and take some accountability and hold themselves accountable for a lot of things that they have done and said that have caused them to be in where they are. Okay? And, whether they repatch their little relationship, I don't think it's a relationship to repatch myself, because they never really liked each other. And in my opinion, Mel really never liked Dominique. But they had a common agenda, which was to try to be low down and dirty to Thaddeus. And that was so cruel how they did him the last few days and weeks of his life. That was so cruel how they did him. And then when I think about how Mel, the wife, took the dog, she didn't even want the dog. And everything that was sentimental to Thaddeus, she took it, and tried to hurt that man so bad. And that's almost like beating up on a handicapped elderly man. Okay, how can you hold this person accountable for what he's saying and he didn't tell no fucking lies? But see, she wants the outside world to think of her as so sweet and innocent. And Thaddeus was telling the fucking truth on her and telling how he really felt about her. And she didn't like that. So she was going tit for tat with a man that's laying on his back in the hospital, which shows how immature she is. See, that's what her and Dominique got in common. Both of them are real childish, and they take everything personal, internalize everything, and they kind of immature. They real childish and selfish to a certain degree. And I can't believe she in her 40s. She looked every bit 80-something. She looked older than Thaddeus. And even though she looked to be older than Thaddeus, she was very immature. Very immature. And to this day, I cannot see why he even married her. They had no compatibility. They had no chemistry, in my opinion. They were such an odd couple. I don't understand why there was an appeal that he found in her. I mean, he wasn't a good-looking man himself, but, intellectually, I can't see what they had in common. What did they have in common? What did they have to talk about? I mean, it was a very, very odd relationship, in my opinion. And that was one of the big mistakes that he made, getting involved with her. And had he not ever fooled around with her, he probably would still be alive today, in my opinion. He was already operating on 20% of his heart. And while he was in the hospital laying on his back with probably less than 20% operating for his heart, here she is stressing him the fuck out, and his daughter was too. He did not need all that extra stress. He did not need all that extra stress. And had he not had them fucking around and stressing him out, he probably would still be alive today. He probably would have had a chance to be rehabilitated. But hey, everybody make their own choices. Okay? And what has been done cannot be undone. And it's just a sad, sad, sad situation. So, Mel, the wife, she's saying that she don't like the cover for Dominique, the daughter's book. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the cover is a picture of Thaddeus, and then Dominique is standing behind Thaddeus. I don't see nothing wrong with the cover myself. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But when I think about why Mel, the wife, would have a problem with that cover, I think it's about control. She possibly wants to control the image, and I think she's going to have a hell of a time doing that. She wants to control the image and likeness of Thaddeus because she's the wife. That was so important to her to hold on and clutch that title, the wife. Mind you, she didn't, in my opinion, she didn't live up to the what I would consider, how can I put it? She didn't live up to that title. She didn't earn that title. Okay. She did not, in my opinion. And she disappointed the hell out of that man in his final hours when it mattered the most. Okay. And she was very, very, very selfish, in my opinion, those last few days of his life. And, you know, it doesn't matter how dirty he was to her. He was helpless. He repented. And she was still trying to compete with him and try to do him just as dirty as he did her. At that point, that shit didn't even matter. It should not have mattered. And I want to point out that she also said on her video, and you all can listen for yourself, she did mention that the doctor had told her to gather all the family members around because Thaddeus just had a few hours left to live. And instead of Dominique coming to the hospital, allegedly, she told Mel, the wife, that she got children. And that kind of reminded me of my own dad when he had hours to live. And he was on his deathbed in the hospital. And my siblings, they was being selfish too. They wanted to take care of their kids. Mind you, they didn't always take care of their kids. But they decided their kids and whatever they had going on personally was more important than being by their dad's side during his final hours. Yeah, they reminded me of that. So Dominique, she allegedly told Mel that she got kids. She got to take care of her kids. And she decided to take a girls' trip out of town. That was more important to her than coming up there spending time with her daddy. But she did, Mel said she did find time to come up there and take a picture of him looking half dead. Y'all saw that picture. And I thought that was so dirty and low down to Dominique. I mean, if you're going to take a picture of your dad and looking the way that he was looking in his final hours, whether he was okay with it or not, that was not something to put on social media for the whole world to see. If you was going to take that picture, you should have took it for your own personal stash. Okay, put that in your own personal stash. That was not a picture that you should have circulated all over social media. And I don't think nobody wanted to remember him looking like that. Okay. Whew, sometimes you got to use your brain for more than just a hat rack. Okay. Whew, it's about common sense and common courtesy. Tact. And maybe they don't have it. Maybe they don't have it. So I can't hold them responsible for something that they don't have, right? But anyway, it's a lot of mistakes that was made in this situation, and they continue to make it mistakes. They continue to embarrass themselves and each other. And what we can learn from this is that it's so important to recognize when somebody is no good and they don't mean you no good, and you should not be too quick to hook up with them and establish a relationship with them and marry them and make them a part of you and your circle and your family and your relationship. And this could be a domino effect, and they could tear your whole life apart and tear your family dynamics, tear it up, and just keep on fucking up time and time and time again. And a lot of the stuff that Thaddeus left behind was sentimental to him, but that don't mean it's sentimental to his wife or his daughters. And as we know, he left a whole lot of paperwork, a whole lot of cell phones, a whole lot of computers, a whole lot of files, a whole lot of records. And in my opinion, it's been left in the wrong hands. And it's just a mess. It's just a mess. And both of these people claim that they didn't like the spotlight. They didn't like being known as the daughter or the wife of Thaddeus Matthews. But I can't tell now. Now all of a sudden they want to wear the t-shirts with his face on it and his name on it and put his picture all behind on the wall while they do their live stream. Where was all that when he was alive and would have appreciated it? Damn. But now they want to use his platform for their own self-serving agendas. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Keep that same energy that you had when he was fucking alive. And he was begging you to support him. He was begging you to come and see him and be by his side and be a part of his life and a part of his platform and all of that. And you didn't want it. You rejected him. Keep that same energy now, because I don't respect it now. Fuck all of that shit that y'all doing now. It don't mean no fucking good now. Okay, in my opinion. But I'm not gonna never ever forget how Dominic and his wife did him. So whatever it is happening between them now, they deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve each other. Okay, they deserve each other. And as the nigga say, this is their karma. This is their karma. Each other. They deserve each other. Okay. So whatever one do to the other is fine with me. Okay, it's fine with me. Let them destroy each other from the inside out. Okay, and one really can't talk about the other because they both the same dirty motherfuckers. Period. Okay, so all of this work that they're trying to do to convince people that one is more horrible than the other, it's in vain. It's in vain, because if you ask me, they both just alike. Both of them dirty. Both of them fake. Both of them, ooh. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. It's disgusting how they're trying to pretend like one is better than the other when they are just alike. Okay. And Dominique really thought that Mel was meaning her some good when did y'all see him? Did y'all see him? Side by side. Like Bonnie and Clyde. like, ooh, Jesus. And then doing all of that low down stuff together. And look at them now. Look at them now. Going over there to the house together. Doing all this low down wicked stuff together. And now, look at them. Look. Yeah. But, hey, they deserve each other, in my opinion. They deserve each other. But I don't think this is the last that we're going to hear from them. And it's going to get real messy. And I'm here for it. I'm just going to sit back in the cut and watch it all fall down. And I think it's going to get physical. At some point, it's going to get physical. and it's gonna be a mess, because it's gonna be a long, long road ahead for Dominique. And if she is dealing with guilt, it's gonna intertwine with the grief. And now that Mel has locked her out of something that's so sentimental to her, which is her dad's social media, Dominique is not gonna take that sitting down. I think we're gonna see the rough side of Dominique coming out pretty soon, because that's one thing that's real near and dear to Dominique. Now Dominique, she'll let Mel have them TVs and them couches and all that other bullshit, but when it comes to Thaddeus' social media page, that's real important and sentimental to Dominique. And that's what Mel, the wife of Thaddeus, that's what she gonna try to use as a weapon against Dominique. And she gonna get real dirty with Dominique about that right there. And that's where they gonna come to blows at, right there. Yeah. Dominique didn't give a damn about Mel taking the car, the dog, the cat, the rat, all that other bullshit. But that social media page. And see, Mel, she already said, whether it's true or not, she already said yesterday on her video that she wasn't making no money off of his YouTube and his Facebook because he cussed too much and he stayed in Facebook jail all the time on Facebook. I don't know if that's true or false. He said he was making money, but Mel, according to Mel, I don't know if we can trust what Mel say or not, but she said he was making money off of advertisement. He was not making money, according to her, off of Facebook itself and YouTube itself. So either way it goes, I still think Thaddeus left his social media in the wrong hands. And it's too bad he didn't have nobody that he could trust. He didn't have nobody that he could trust. And it's just a sad ending. And to be honest, in my opinion, I really don't think Mel was ever intending to write a book. I think she was just using it to hold as leverage over Thaddeus' head when he was alive. She was just trying to threaten him and to try to, put him in a corner and subdue him. I think she got a bigger agenda for the whole Thaddeus platform. I think she got a bigger agenda. And it's going to fall in her face. It's going to backfire in her face. If she was going to do anything with his platform, she should have been done did it, even though that would have been the inappropriate time. But now, as time progresses, and people are starting to forget all about Thaddeus, he was just, he was just a little social media thing. Okay, most people are over that. They over that, and they gone on to something else. They gone on to the Charleston White and the next Miss Netta and all that other stuff. Okay, they don't forget all about Thaddeus. And, whatever she tried to do to capitalize off of him, it's really not, it's going to be a flop. It's going to be a flop. And she's probably contemplating using a lot of his personal files and putting together some type of little documentary or whatever. And behind the scenes, she might be trying to get all that together. So that might be why she's also having a problem with Dominique using his likeness for her book cover. And that's really childish, okay? Because, hell, his picture's everywhere. He was a public figure. So she going to have a hard time trying to maintain control of his likeness, okay? But in her mind, she got a mind of her own. She's thinking however she's thinking. But I think I speak for everybody when I say we don't give a damn, Mel. We don't give a damn. Okay? And all that goofy stuff that she's doing, it's just, irrelevant at this point. And she doesn't, in my opinion, she doesn't have the talent to take up where he left off, because she's not interested. She's not interested, and then her talking points are so retarded. And then she always got these retarded people all and goofy ass people in the background talking all that goofy ass talk. And she doesn't know how to be an effective podcaster or talk show host, whatever the case may be. And the only to be honest, the only reason why she has amassed the audience that she has is because they came from Thaddeus' page. Okay. When she was beefing with Thaddeus before he died, the people that didn't like Thaddeus, they ran their asses over there to her page to be messy. And now that he's dead, most of those people, they have relinquished interest in any of it. Now they gone on to other platforms and trying to be messy over there. Okay. And she don't have what it takes to maintain an audience. She cannot hold nobody's attention. Hell, even Thaddeus said that before he died. She's not interesting. Okay, she's not even interesting to look at. Okay, and that's no hate, that's no shade, that's just my honest opinion about it, my honest assessment of it. Neither one of them are interesting, Dominique or Mel. Okay, they are not interesting. And they don't have no interest in topics. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to entertain. Okay? So that's not their niche. It's like they're in a foreign world when it comes to social media, talking and podcasting and all of that. That's not their arena at all. Okay? Thaddeus had that by the horns. Being a talk show host and a podcaster, he was entertaining. He was interesting to look at. Even though he wasn't handsome, he was funny looking, and he could be funny. Okay, whether you like him or not, he could hold an audience. Period. And he knew a lot of things, and he knew how to connect with a lot of different people. And see, these two, they don't have that capability because they easily offended. They trying to go off on people. They trying to block people. Now he had that going on. He always gonna block somebody, but he could still keep talking and hold the audience and hold your attention while he's busy blocking. Okay, but if you're gonna be easily offended and you really have a hard time focusing and concentrating, and you don't have a whole lot of intelligence about your topic, you are gonna flop as a talk show host, as an entertainer, as a podcaster, as a YouTuber, a content creator. Okay, you're gonna flop at it, and you got to know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, you just can't get up there and hold your mouth all kind of funny, fucked up ways, okay, and just be looking all over the place. You gotta be ready and be on go from the time you turn this motherfucker on, okay. And if you can't talk and hold an audience for hours and hours and hours like I can and like Thaddeus could, you might as well not even step into this arena. Okay, this is not for everybody. And if you cannot take offensive talking and you easily offended by every fucking thing, you might as well not step into this. Okay, you can't handle it, so don't even come and sit your ass down in front of the camera. Period. Okay. Okay, but that's just my opinion. But this is a really, really interesting situation. And I'm not gonna say it's a sad situation, because it's been sad from the beginning. Way before Thaddeus even got sick. It was a sad situation. When Thaddeus first introduced us to the wife, before she even became the wife, it was a sad situation. Okay. And in my opinion, he should have never got involved with her. But that's just my opinion. Okay. And it's just gonna get worse from here. Okay. And Mel, in my opinion, she'd already done got rid of Thaddeus. She didn't want Thaddeus. She never wanted him. She wanted what he could do for her, in my opinion. That's what she wanted. Okay? And when that stopped and he was no longer able to provide for her, then she want to get in front of the camera and talk about how pissy he was and how stinking and how this and how that. Who does that as a wife? You're supposed to be sitting by your husband for better or worse, sickness or health, through sickness and health, richer or poor. But when he could no longer provide for her, bad built body, Mexican built body ass, big at the top, little at the bottom ass, she was out of there. She was out of there. When he could no longer take her ass to the casino, she was out of there. Okay. When he could no longer buy her them ugly ass purses and handbags and buy her wine and all that other goofy shit that she wanted, she was out of there. When he started falling down and he couldn't get back up again, she was out of there. She didn't want to be a caretaker. She wanted to be the kept wife. She wanted to be Mrs. Thaddeus Matthews. My husband this, my husband that. She didn't want to wipe up no shit. She didn't want to clean no ass. She didn't want to wipe up no piss and change no diapers. Dominique, the daughter, didn't either, according to Mel. But that's what it takes. That's what's coming with being for better or worse, richer or poor. And if you know that you ain't qualified, don't even sign up for that shit. You just want the perks. You just want the good part of married life. The bitch wasn't shit, in my opinion. She never was. And he should have recognized that she was a garbage motherfucker from the start. But maybe she was... I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not even going to say that. But it makes me so fucking mad when people, not just her, not just the daughter, anybody, when people try to perpetrate and pretend to be something they're not. If you're a garbage motherfucker, just embrace that the fact that you're a garbage motherfucker. Don't try to pretend like you good when you evil as fuck. You're a diabolical bitch. Just say that I'm a diabolical bitch. Okay? But don't insult my intelligence when my eyes are not deceiving me. I know a garbage motherfucker when I see that bitch. Okay? I'm so sick and tired of people pretending to be something that they're not. And trying to pretend like they so good when they motherfucking awful as fuck. Okay? I'm sick of those kind of people. And they everywhere. Pick a city. Pick a town. Pick a jurisdiction. Pick a job. Pick a church. They everywhere. Pick. Okay. And so many people fall for the mistake of getting involved with them garbage motherfuckers. And then by the time you try to get away from them, it's too fucking late. Okay? They already done did the damage. The damage is done. Yeah. But anyway, whoo, they'll take you out of here. So it's best to recognize a snake when you see him and stay the fuck away from him. Far away from him. Okay? But anyway, it's better said than done. But let us learn from this and let this be a reminder why it's so important to stay woke and stay on high alert and keep the grass cut real low. Matter of fact, just don't even get no grass. Get you some fucking concrete. Okay? Because we got to be able to see the snakes. This is important. Now more than ever, it's so important that we keep these snakes out from around us. Because the motherfuckers are dangerous. Okay? They will take you out of here. Okay? They only want to destroy you. Okay? And not only will they destroy you, they'll destroy everything around you, whether you got something or not. Okay. 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 Woo. I could go on and on and on, but I'll stop right there. But yeah. If you all have not seen the videos, I have posted it on my TikTok. And Mel, she encouraged everybody to share the video because she wants some fucking clout. So, yeah. So I did my part in sharing the videos. And I don't think they through talking. I think they're going to be talking for a quite bit more. And I may or may not listen. I think they ought to just get in the ring and fight it out. That's what I think. Yeah. I pay to see that. If they want to make some money, why don't they just go on and set up a ring and get their bad built body ass in there, okay? And just fight and tear each other wig off. And just get all that aggression out of their system. What they holding against each other. And they holding a lot against each other. Okay. And Dominique, in my opinion, she just mad because Mel out-snaked her. Both of them are a snake, but Mel was a bigger snake than Dominique. Okay, and that's what making Dominique so mad, because she can't believe that Mel pretended not to be a snake, and here she is out snaking Dominique. I love it. I love every bit of it. Okay, and Thaddeus, he probably just laughing in his grave. Yes. They getting exactly what they deserve from each other. And he out the way. Thaddeus is out the way. And letting them tear each other up. And show out all over social media. And be what they was all along. And he ain't got no way to intervene and get in front of them. And cool them down and give them a happy meal. Give them a cash app. And get them out the way. They're going to sit right there in front of everybody on social media and be what they was all along. Yeah. The mask is coming off. Now we're going to see them for who they really are. And they're not going to be able to point the finger at Thaddeus. They're not going to be able to say, Thaddeus did it. Thaddeus said that. It's them two all by themselves. Yes. And it's going to be some stupid motherfucker in the background and in that inbox saying, oh, y'all stop that. Thaddeus wouldn't want that. The hell he wouldn't. He would love every bit of it. Because they being messy. He was notorious for being messy. He would love it. So don't nobody say, oh, Thaddeus wouldn't want that. Y'all stop that. Oh, yes, he would, too. He would absolutely love it. He sure would. Matter of fact, if he was still here, he would put him on his damn show. Yeah, and make them a topic. Yeah. So now that he's gone, I just believe that he would love it. He wouldn't have it no other way. Yes. So maybe this is their karma. Ain't that what the niggas say when something bad happens? Oh, that's your karma. So maybe this is their karma, each other. They karma for each other. Yes. So I want them to keep on talking about each other and tearing each other down. Yes, this is their karma. They deserve each other. They had no business plotting together. Plotting against Thaddeus. Yeah, so now they plotting against each other. And let's see where it's going to get them. Excuse me. So, outside of that, the weather is so nice. It's been a beautiful day that the Lord has made. I rejoice and I'm glad in it. And thank y'all so much for tuning in. I was going to go get me some chicken tortilla soup. You know, it's soup season. And I had thought about getting me some chicken tortilla soup over at Chick-fil-A. But child, my big back tail ended up going to Fazoli's. And I'm so full. First, I got the lasagna. Then I backtracked and went back and got the chicken carbonara. Baby, and a big old tall cup of lemonade. And the upstairs and downstairs part of my stomach is so full. Whew. Now I guess I'll lay down in my car house and take a nap. Yes. But what do y'all think about it? What do y'all think about Dominique and Mel, Thaddeus Matthews, aka the formerly known as the Cussing Pastor? What do y'all think about the wife and the daughter showing out like this? What do y'all think about it? Huh? Let's see what y'all think about it. So Ben said a truthful drag. The truth hurts. Hello, Diane. Diane says, do you think Mel is gonna split the insurance money with her? Hell no. Hell no. No. Absolutely not. Hell no. Mel she always been all about herself. And she gonna continue to be all by herself. She didn't want Thaddeus. Now she ready to she ready to get rid of everything relating to Thaddeus, including his daughter. She want to get rid of everything that remind her of Thaddeus, because she ready to live her new life with somebody else. I don't know if it's gonna be a man or a woman, but for some reason I smell. What's that I smell? I smell a woman. I smell a woman involved. I think she gonna try a woman this time. And I'm not gonna call the woman's name until I get some clarification. I got an idea that she might be interested in a woman this time. And I'm just sitting back watching for clues to see if I'm right about it. But somebody who claimed to be Thaddeus' friend, a woman, I think she tipping around licking on Mel behind everybody's back. And Mel might like it. I don't know if that's true or false. And if it's true, I don't know if they gonna keep it a secret or if they gonna come out the closet. I don't know. But I smell a woman possibly licking all over Mel bad built Mexican by the ass. I just smell it. I just smell it in the atmosphere. I just smell it. Even though Mel trying to be secretive and quiet. Baby, I'm tapped in with the spirit world. You hear me? And I smell it. I smell it. I smell it. I smell some foolishness going on with Mel. Do y'all smell it? I smell it. I hope I'm wrong about it. But I smell a possible bisexual relationship going on. I smell it. I hope I'm wrong about it. You know, I have been wrong before, but not often. Not often. All you got to do is just sit back and watch these folks. You can learn a whole lot by just sitting back watching these folks. They'll tell you everything that you want to know. But anyway, I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all so much. Yes, Lady Davis, both of them are snakes. I done said that. And so many people can see it. I'm so glad so many people can see it. Both of them are snakes. But the only difference is, you know, it's different kind of snake. We got the garden snake. Then we got the king cobra. We got the mamba snake. We got the cottonmouth. We got all kind of snakes. So we got to determine, are they lethal snakes or non-lethal snakes? You know, some snakes, they just harmless. And some of them real venomous. So we got to determine what kind of snake are they. Now that we know that they snakes and we can agree that they snakes, we got to figure out what kind of snake are they. So we're going to have to keep on watching them to find out and try to diagnose and determine what kind of snake species are they. You hear me? Because they definitely fit into the snake category, in my opinion. Yes. So even her daddy, Dominique, her daddy even said that she was a snake. And you know your parents know you better than anybody. Yeah, her daddy, Thaddeus, he even said that she was a snake. Long time ago. Yes, before he even got into the situation that led to his death. While he was walking around, he said that she was a snake. And we all heard what he said about Mel. And how he wanted her to fall down the stairs and get hit by an 18-wheeler. He couldn't stand her. But he liked what she could do for him. See, that's what they had in common. They were using each other. Thaddeus was using Mel, in my opinion. And Mel was using Thaddeus, in my opinion. Yeah, they were users. They were using each other. See, they had met their match too. That's why I didn't really feel real bad for him. Because they had the same agenda. They were users. Thaddeus was using Mel. And Mel was using Thaddeus. And the same thing ended up happening with his daughter. Dominique was using Mel. Mel was using Dominique. Period. So, you know, I don't know where it's going to end. But we all know where it began. So we just got to watch the fallout and see where it goes. It's a hot mess. A mess. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Lady Davis, you say, Mel said she told her daughter she could get her own policy on Thaddeus, but she couldn't keep it up. Yeah, I heard her say that. And I also heard that she told Dominique she couldn't get nobody to marry her either. Yo, baby, she was throwing hella shade at Dominique. Did y'all hear all that? She was throwing all kind of shade at Dominique. But look, okay, let's talk about that part. Now, Mel said that she told Dominique that she could get her own policy on Thaddeus, and she used to sell insurance. That don't make no sense. And then she called herself a boss bitch. She pretend like she got so much money, and she drive a BMW truck, and she do taxes and all of this, and she can afford to go on all these girl trips and buy all these clothes and jewelry and wigs and makeup and all this other stuff, and buy all this stuff for her son and this and that. Why she can't pay for the insurance policy for her daddy? Look like to me, I don't understand. If she can afford all this liquor and all of this and all of that, why she cannot? And then she sell insurance. How you gonna sell insurance and you can't afford the policy? That ain't making no sense right there. I don't understand that part. I don't understand that part right there at all. Make that part make sense. Whew. Wow. Okay, Lady Davis, you say, wait a minute, Diane. You say, when she got on social media talking about her husband being pissy, that was so sad. It sure was. I hated that so bad. Yeah, that made her look bad while she was trying to make him look bad. Hell, how you gonna talk about your husband is pissy and you laying right there in the bed with him before you moved to the other room downstairs? You were laying in the piss. And you was okay with the piss when he was providing for you and giving you all these perks that you wanted. Taking you to all these restaurants, buying you all these Happy Meals, buying you all these handbags. You was okay with laying up in that piss and sucking on the piss. Okay. They ain't gonna try to talk about how pissy he was. If he was pissy, she was pissy. Cause she laying in the same bed. Hell. Huh. Yeah. She trying to make him look bad, but that made her look bad. If you with somebody that's pissy, you laying in the same bed with them, don't that mean that you pissy too? At some point, the piss gonna get on you too. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. And if he had kept having money for her and able to give her what she wanted, she would have stayed right there in the piss. The only reason why she got out of that pissy bed is because he ran out of money and his health started failing him. He started falling and he could not get back up. That's the only reason why she got out of that pissy bed. If he was still alive right now and he had some money for her garbage ass, she would have still been laying in that piss ass bed. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, if he could still take her to the casino and she would still be right there in the piss. Yeah. But let me tell you what's gonna happen. She gonna meet her match. She gonna meet a man or a woman, and they gonna do her just as dirty or worse as she did Thaddeus. Don't think that God is gonna let her have a pass and get away with how she did that elderly man. And he's a preacher, whether he's a real preacher or not. God is not gonna let her get away with that. She gonna see that again. Okay. She gonna meet somebody that's gonna do her just as dirty as she did Thaddeus. Just watch. Watch. And I hope God let me see it. Yes. I hope God give me a front row seat. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna cross my fat ass legs and watch. And eat me some chicken wings. And drink me something real delicious to wash it down with. Yes. Yes. God, I just believe it. God is going to let her meet somebody. And they going to do her way worse than how she did Thaddeus. And she may end up, you never know how life going to turn out for you. And life comes at you fast. Thaddeus lost continence and started pissing on himself. He never thought he was going to pee on himself. And he was going to start falling down and going to sleep and couldn't get back up again. And going to the rehab center and nursing home and blah, blah, blah. He never thought his life was going to turn out like that. And guess what? Male life might turn out worse. Thaddeus start peeing on himself. She might start shitting on herself. Okay. And if your family won't help clean your pissy ass, who can you trust? Who can you trust to wipe your pissy ass if your wife won't do it? If your wife won't wash your pissy ass and change your diapers when you can't do it yourself, who can you trust other than the Lord? Baby, that just go to show a lot of people don't take their vows seriously. The vows say for better or worse. When you start pissing on yourself, that's kind of in the worst category. Okay. When you start falling down and can't get back up, that's in the worst category. When you start going to sleep at the bar, that's in the worst category. Okay. When your health start failing, your heart drop down to 20%, that's in the worst category. Okay, through sickness and health. Rich or poor. That goes to show she didn't take her vows seriously. She might have lied to God. Your vows is like a promise to God. And there she go with that big at the top and little at the bottom body, parked all in the church. That's where she allegedly met Thaddeus. You got a lot of church sluts. A lot of church sluts. They go to church just to look for some dick. And to look for a husband, they prey on these men. And some of the men prey on the women. And that's where allegedly she met Thaddeus. Yeah, took her ass in the church. And one thing led to another. And there they go. There they go. Yeah. It just sad. A lot of these folks is for the streets. And when you meet them in the street, that's where you should leave them. In the fucking streets. They not marriage material. They not built to be a wife or a husband. Okay, all they good for is sucking dick or playing in your ass. Okay, you can't take them seriously. And when life give you a serious situation, you can't count on them. Count on them sluts. You can't count on them because they not built to last. They not built for a serious situation. And Thaddeus was in a serious situation. Okay. And there he go with that old tight ass slut over there. She couldn't do shit for him. Couldn't do shit for him. He would have been better off marrying Dale. She was ugly, but at least she had a fucking brain and a fucking heart. Hell. At least she knew what to fucking do when times got fucking tough. That bitch that he married, she was for her fucking self. She was a selfish bitch. Shit. All she can do is drink fucking wine and go to the fucking bar. Fuck that shit. Okay. This man's back was against the fucking wall. This man had failed and he couldn't get back up. He didn't have no choice. If he could get up, he would have gotten up. He could get up. And then he was begging her garbage ass to come to the hospital, come to the rehab center and see it. And she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. I got to work. Fuck that fucking job. Okay, your husband is in the hospital in a serious situation. And here your selfish ass is talking about, I got to work. You garbage ass bitch. Big at the top, little at the bottom, motherfucker. Okay. Oh, I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I can't stand a selfish motherfucker. No way. Okay. And when she talk, woo, it makes me so mad every time I think about it. And if I was in that situation, oh my God, I would be devastated. You choosing your job over your spouse? You can get another job, but you can't get another spouse. Well, maybe you can get another spouse, but hell, the one you got, what about the one you got right now? He's in a serious situation, and he's calling for you. He's begging, he's pleading for you to come and be by his side, but you'd rather go to that fucking job. Wow. No, it's not that she'd rather go to the job. She would rather be away from him. She didn't go to be by his side because that's not what she wanted to do. If she wanted to be by his side and be with him in the hospital, that's where she would have been. And it wouldn't have been a job or nothing else that could have kept her away from him. She didn't go there because she didn't want to go there. Period. But, like I said, God seen it all. God got a record. And God is going to deal with her big at the top, little at the bottom, built like a Mexican ass. Okay? God is going to deal with her. Just wicked and nasty. She's nasty work. Okay? Oh, my God. Whoo! But, yeah. So, I haven't checked social media today. I probably will tonight. And I'm pretty sure her and the daughter are going to be back throwing shade at each other and subliminals and maybe direct with each other. Real nasty comments on social media. But, yeah, I'm not surprised about this fallout. I seen it coming, but I didn't know it was going to be this soon. But, it's messy, and I like every bit of it. Okay. They deserve each other. The daughter and the wife. They deserve each other. And Thaddeus probably wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe this is his redemption. Okay, because both of them did him dirty. So maybe in some kind of fucked up way, this is Thaddeus' redemption. Yeah. Yeah, they both tried to make everybody seem like Thaddeus was the problem. Thaddeus was so dirty. And it was them too. It was them too. Sure was. Yeah. So, yeah, let them get it all out of their system. Let them fight. And get it all out of their system. And just let it go wherever it's gonna go. That's what I say. Yeah, let them get it all out their system. Let them get it all out of their system. Yeah. Yeah. Lady Davis, you say, yes, I said that too. He should have married Dale. She was his loyal and stood by Thaddeus. Okay, let's talk about that part. Let's talk about this part. And I wish the daughter would bring this up or somebody. I ain't forgot about how that sex tape, and to be honest, a lot of people say this. The sex tape, Thaddeus' health was already going down. He was already declining. But that motherfucking sex tape is what really took him out of here. And that dirty motherfucker that leaked the tape, that's what they intended to do. They want to kill Thaddeus. But they didn't want to use a gun. They didn't want to use a car to run him over. They didn't want to use a knife to stab him in his bad heart that was already beating on 20%. They want to keep their hands clean. They didn't want to get no murder charge. So they did it in an inconspicuous kind of way. They leaked that motherfucking sex tape because they knew they were going to kill him. They knew they were going to kill him. And they pretended like they didn't have nothing to do with it. But we all know who had something to do with it. But we can't prove it. But we know. That's just like Hernandez Govan. We know he was really the mastermind like them folks said he was. And even though the jury found him not guilty, we know he's a guilty motherfucker. But we can't prove it. Okay, the same thing with the culprit that released the sex tape. We know who the dirty motherfucker is that leaked that sex tape. But we can't prove that dirty motherfucker did it. But God knows. And I just hope. I'm pretty sure that this person, the culprit, I'm pretty sure they got some sex tapes out there too. But they probably done destroyed theirs. But I hope it's some still out there. And maybe somebody leaked their sex tape. I don't know. But I don't want to see their sex tape. I don't want to see theirs. But that was so dirty to leak that sex tape at a time like it was. When that man was sick and could not get up and do nothing. He couldn't do nothing but just sit there and take it. That was her getting her lick back. And we all know who her is. That was that dirty bitch getting her lick back. And it's like she was competing with him. That's a retarded motherfucker. She wants to compete with a sick man that's on his deathbed. You stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. But I guess because she felt like he had did her so dirty, she got to get her lick back. She got to get her lick back. She can't let him just die and go the easy way out. She got to make him suffer all the way up out of here. You stupid bitch. You stupid retarded bitch. I mean, that's just diabolical. And you get the culprit. I'm talking to the culprit. You get some kind of satisfaction out of that. You a coward, bitch. Okay. Anybody that will fight and beat down a half-dead man that's laying flat on his back, on his sick bed, and leak a motherfucking sex tape, and he can't do nothing about it, and you done locked up his fucking phone and pretending like, oh, he locked up his own phone. He going senile. You lying motherfucker. You want everybody to think he's so sick and he's so senile. No, you just a dirty bitch. You just a dirty bitch. Okay, and God, I pray that God get your garbage ass. Okay, I pray he get you in the worst way. Okay. Trying to make everybody think, oh, he see now. I think he going see now. He locked himself out of his own phone. No, you took that phone so you can make sure that he didn't say nothing else terrible about your garbage ass and let everybody know how terrible you was treating him. Okay, he had something else to say, but you made sure he didn't say it because you took that motherfucking phone, you dirty bitch. Okay, ooh. But this person claimed they were through with him. They didn't want nothing else to do with him. If you through with somebody and you don't want to have nothing else to do with him, why you want to divorce him? Huh? Because you got a fucking agenda. And don't nobody believe this shit that she's saying now but them goofy retarded motherfuckers. Maybe 5 or 6 of them. Everybody else is woke and they can see through your ass. Okay? Everybody can see how dirty she is. And diabolical. Okay? Ain't no good in that hoe. Ain't no good in her. Woo! It's just a shame. It's just a shame how she did that man. I don't care how dirty he was. If you proclaim to be so much better, why you ain't doing so much better? Why you ain't being so much better? Why you competing with him and going tit for tat, trying to get your lick back? Ooh, stupid bitch. Okay, that's just awful. Awful. Yes. Lady Davis said they definitely wanted to get Thaddeus out of here. She was so low down, taking that dog too. Yeah, that was real dirty when she took the dog. Thaddeus wasn't perfect, but to do all that to a sick person was so evil. Sure was. Who is this? Just say somebody is asking, why do you think Thaddeus didn't choose Dale? Not sure if Dale is married or not. Yeah, Dale is married to a man. He kind of likes. He looked like just like Thaddeus, but he maybe a shade lighter. And Thaddeus. He told why he didn't marry Dale in his book. All of them writing books. So I don't know if his book is still available, but he said before he got sick, rather, that he did say why he didn't marry Dale in the book. So in my opinion, it was too much going on. And I didn't even know that Dale, hell, I don't know how old she is, but look like she's too old to be getting pregnant. And that is revealed that she had gotten pregnant, and I think she had a miscarriage or something like that. That would have been an old looking baby. Damn, that would have been looking like an old ass baby. And I don't think it would have been a cute baby either. No shade. But God knows best. I don't know if she got pregnant on purpose or if it was a oops baby. I don't know. But that is, before he got sick, he did reveal that she did get pregnant. And I think she had a miscarriage. And I think it was more like an ultimatum. I think, in my opinion, I suspect that it was male forcing his hand. She was putting pressure on him to marry her. Because she wanted him to choose. Because she wanted to prove to everybody that she was the better woman between her and Dale. I think it was her applying pressure on Thaddeus. I don't think he really wanted to marry her. I think she forced him to make a choice between her and Dale, and probably threatening him in the background with whatever. Okay, that's what I think. I really don't think he wanted to marry Mel. And then when they got married, it was more for show. And they probably thought they were gonna break the internet. Didn't nobody give a fuck? And they probably thought all the celebrities like Snoop Dogg and all them gonna be talking about it. T.S. Madison, T.S. Madison claimed that Thaddeus was her friend. His friend. I'm not going to call her no woman. But to my knowledge, T.S. Madison didn't even post about it on their platform. None of them celebrities, the Shade Room, none of them platforms said nothing about it that I can remember. Okay, so that all that money, all that energy was wasted. Didn't nobody give a fuck. Okay, and that was a mistake right there to marry her. Big mistake. But like I said, I suspect that she forced him to marry her because she wanted him to choose. And she wanted to prove that she was the better woman between her and Dale. And that really hurt Dale. That really, really hurt Dale. And Dale had put in a lot of work, and she was sincere about helping Thaddeus to become a better version of himself. She helped him when he was sick. She helped his business. She helped him in so many ways. And then he turned around and shitted on her publicly and in private. Okay. So then when she got married, that hurt him because he wanted to spin the block. But by the time Thaddeus wanted to spin the block and go back and get Dale, it was too fucking late. Because she had got somebody that appreciated her. Okay? And wanted to lock in with her. And that really put him in a very depressing state. He knew he couldn't go back to the one that meant something to him and who really had his back. When he tried to spin the block and go back and get Dale, it was too fucking late. She already was locked in with somebody else. And he had to suffer with that. He had to suffer with that. And you better not ever believe or think for 1 minute while he was laying in that hospital bed, on his deathbed, them last few weeks, he didn't think about it. When he was laying in that hospital, in that rehab center, lonely, wanting somebody to bring him his favorite food or his favorite drink or a piece of fucking sweet potato pie, he knew he could count on Dale to come up there and feed him and give him what he wanted, rub his fucking feet or his fucking back, and reassure him and pray for him and play his favorite gospel music. Mel couldn't do none of that shit and wasn't gonna do none of that shit. Okay. He thought about it. I'm pretty sure he thought about it. And probably even shedded a couple of tears while he was laying in that hospital room all by himself. He thought about it. But he wanted Dale, but he couldn't have her no more. I'm pretty sure he wanted Dale to show up at the hospital, but she didn't come because he had did her too bad. He had did her too bad. And he had let the new wife talk about her and do her so bad. She felt so disrespected after she had been so loyal to him. And that one person he knew had his back and meant a lot to him, she couldn't come. Because she didn't want to be nowhere around that bitch, Mel. And she didn't want to fight with her. She didn't want no confrontation. She didn't want to deal with all that nasty energy. So she just stayed away and hoped for the best for him, however it turned out. But I'm pretty sure he wanted her there so he could apologize to her and tell her how much he appreciated her and what she meant to him. But he couldn't, and that made him hurt even worse. That made him hurt even more. And then when the dirty bitch released the sex tape, he probably really wanted Dale to come to the hospital so he could apologize and talk about it. And she wasn't nowhere around. That hurt him more. That made him suffer more. That made him more sick. And look how fast he got out of here after that sex tape. Look how fast he went down. Look how much weight he lost in just a few hours. That situation ate him the fuck up. Okay, it ate him the fuck up. And he could not recover from that. What that raggedy witch bitch did, he couldn't recover. And she was sitting back gloating and loving every moment of it. Just stomping on that man hard. Literally. In the background. At her house with her fucking legs, diabolical legs crossed, enjoying every moment of all that evil she was doing to him. That's so wicked. Ooh, that's so wicked. Why she playing the good wife? I'm the wife. I'm the wife. Ooh, she loved to hear herself say that. I'm the wife. I'm the wife. No, you a wicked motherfucker. That's what you are. You just a wicked, dirty bitch. Okay. Whew. And I wish he had divorced her like he was going to do before he died. I wish he had. That was his weapon against her while she was using that dog and all that other shit against him as a weapon. That was his weapon. I wish he would have used it and divorced the fuck out of her on his deathbed. Okay. I wish he had. I wish he had. That would have hurt her more than anything else. Yeah, she want to hang on to that title and wave it in the other women's face that may have had their best interest in Thaddeus. Okay. And who does that after he died? There she go going through the man's phone. Get your garbage ass out of that man's phone. Okay. If he didn't want your stupid ass in his phone while he was alive, you know damn well he wouldn't want you in his phone telling all his business when he's dead. Disloyal, ugly motherfucker. Okay. Oh, she's so retarded. But God is going to deal with that heifer. Please understand it. I don't know when. I don't know where. I don't know what time. But God, I just believe the good God that I serve. And if it's the same one that she served, God going to deal with her. Whether she served him or not. It don't even matter. God is not going to let her get away with how she did that, man. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I ask God, right now, I ask you in the name of Jesus, will you please deal with that dirty wife of Thaddeus Matthews in the name of Jesus. Get her back and pay her back. Vengeance is yours and not nobody else. Deal with her accordingly. Ooh, get her back, get her back, get her back. How she did that, man. Oh, don't let her get away with it, God. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you. Oh. Whew. But yeah. This is interesting. What's going on between the daughter and the wife of Thaddeus Matthews, the late Thaddeus Matthews. And I posted the video of the daughter for y'all viewing and the wife for y'all's viewing, so y'all can listen and make your own decision about it. And yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hello, T Hamp. How are you doing today? Yeah. You said you really could tell Dale uplifted him. Yeah, you could even tell in his mood. You could tell. I always tell when Dale was around, his whole mood was so uplifted. She brought out the better version of him. Okay. She was more beneficial to him than the wife. And the wife hated that. She hated that. That's why of all the videos in that man's phone, that's why the culprit, and we know who the culprit is, that's why the culprit chose that one video of allegedly showing Dale getting her ass played in by Thaddeus with that dildo. She wanted to embarrass both of them. The culprit, they wanted to embarrass both of them because they hated Thaddeus and they hated Dale. Yeah. But I'm so glad that Dale dealt with it like she did. And so the fact really didn't penetrate Dale like the culprit thought it was. Oh, the culprit thought they was hitting two birds with one stone. They thought they was gonna kill Thaddeus, and they thought they were gonna kill the fuck out of Dale with embarrassment. But Dale didn't give a fuck, and Dale did not confirm nor deny whether that was her on that video. And she handled it with such grace. And I'm pretty sure that burned the ass of the culprit. Because they wanted Dale to be so embarrassed and just cry and just hide her face for the rest of her life. And Dale told that bitch, fuck you, bitch, in that motherfucking video, hoe. Okay? Literally, yeah. That's really what Dale was saying. Fuck you in that video. Okay? And she went on to live her best life. Okay, there you go, Dale. There you go. And see, that ate the culprit up. That ate her up. And she probably sitting around figuring out, how can I still get under this bitch skin? You can't, bitch. Okay, you bad built, Mexican built bitch. You can't. Alcoholic hoe. You can't. You could never compete with Dale. That's why you tried to do her dirty. Okay? You knew that Dale was the better woman between you and her. You knew that Thaddeus really loved Dale. Okay? That bothered the hell out of you. You know on your wedding day, Thaddeus would have preferred Dale standing there beside your garbage ass. Okay? Instead of your garbage ass, I should say. You knew in your heart. You don't have to say it out loud. You know. That is, on your wedding day, he was thinking about Dale. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it since nobody else will say it. Yeah, he was thinking about Dale when he was standing there and at the wedding in front of your garbage ass. He was thinking about Dale. I'm pretty sure. He was. He would rather it be Dale than her. Yes. But anyway, in his mind, he married Dale. in his mind, he was saying, I do to Dale. Okay. That's what I believe. But anyway, I appreciate you all so much for tuning in to this live. And we'll talk again real soon. I think tomorrow we got to do a video about that bitch that killed the pastor, Ricky Floyd. She done got her charges upgraded. You know, Pastor Ricky Floyd was the one that eulogized the funeral of Thaddeus. They was real good friends. And isn't it ironic how he got killed 4 days later after he eulogized Thaddeus? Wow. That is crazy. But hopefully there will be justice served here on earth for Pastor Floyd. I'm so glad that dirty, diabolical bitch done got her charges upgraded. I said that all along, and they still need to get upgraded some more to capital murder, because she did premeditate that shit. She went out there to that car. She should have took her garbage ass home, but instead she went out there to that car and got the gun and turned her diabolical legs over there and walked towards that man. He was backing up, and she still shot him. That is capital murder. And I pray that God will move the prosecutors to upgrade the charges again. Now she got to go back and get another bail here. And her supporters with their stupid ass, they already helped raise the $10,000. Now they stupid ass got to go back and help raise some more. And I hope this time the bond is even higher. It was $100,000 at first. Maybe the judge will raise it to $500,000. Okay. Yeah. And I need to find out when that next court hearing is so I can be out there and try to get the prosecutor attention and tell the prosecutor, please just hit this hole with the highest extent of the law, please. Please put this murderer under the jail, please. and ask the judge to do the same. I need to try my best to get to that courthouse when she have her next court hearing, because I wanna solicit the judge if I can, and the prosecutor, on behalf of Pastor Floyd. Somebody got to stand up and try to advocate for Pastor Floyd. Okay, okay. Where's all his friends and all his supporters that said they loved him so much? Where they at? Seems like they ought to be up and down the street just protesting and boycotting and demanding justice on behalf of Pastor Floyd. What at? That was all over social media at first. A few of them, not a whole lot. But now, I don't hardly never see or hear from them. I'm so sick of all this fake ass love. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to stand in the gap for Pastor Floyd. And I'm going to stand in the gap for Thaddeus. Even though we had a volatile relationship, it was up and down, I'm still going to stand in the gap for Thaddeus, because I don't like how that dirty bitch did him. Okay? Right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay? And I don't think, whatever he did, he didn't deserve how she did him. Okay? But, yeah. I'm going to try my best to do a video tomorrow so we can talk about Samantha Marion, the murderer of Pastor Floyd, getting her charges upgraded. And I'm so glad about it. Okay. Yeah. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. And things. Yeah. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in to this live. I appreciate y'all so much. And you all have a great day. All right. Yes. I appreciate you all so much. And it's a really nice day today. I have really enjoyed my day today. And blah, 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 blah. All right, you guys, I'm going to talk to y'all later. I'll let you girl. Peace. And I have posted the video of Mel and Dominique, the late Thaddeus Matthews' wife and daughter. I posted their videos. You know, they had a falling out on social media. So I posted their videos here on my YouTube as well as my TikTok. So y'all can listen at all that trash for yourself and make your own informed decision. All right? All right. I don't think we done heard the last from them. I think this is just the beginning of a messy, messy, messy situation. And I'm here for the mess. Are y'all here for the mess? I got a front row seat. And I'm going to watch the mess. Are y'all going to watch the mess? I'm here for the mess. Yes. Yes, I'm here for the mess. All right, you guys. I'm going to talk to y'all later. I'll let you girl. Peace.